If you ask the average person about artificial intelligence, they probably picture a chatbot. We've all seen the screenshots of consumer AI struggling with basic math or confidently stating facts that aren't true. But those public-facing tools are a fraction of what the technology can actually do. The U.S. military is already running high-stakes combat operations driven by dedicated artificial intelligence. Recently, the Pentagon utilized Anthropic's AI model, Claude, as the logistical backbone for a specialized military operation to capture Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro. To see the speed of these systems, consider the recent escalation in the Middle East. Over a 24-hour period, an AI system successfully organized and prioritized coordinates for 1,000 specific strikes in Iran. This tech has seen active deployment in the ongoing tactical exchanges involving Israel, Iran, and the United States, issuing precise locations in real time. The systems running on our phones and the systems commanding artillery units operate in different universes. This massive computational gap allows military AI to accelerate the pace of combat to speeds human officers cannot match. The architecture making this possible is a platform called the Maven Smart System. It was built by Palantir and runs on a heavily customized version of Anthropic's Claude AI. When you type a prompt into a consumer AI, you share that network. The computing capacity of that model is fractured across hundreds of millions of simultaneous users, which bottlenecks the performance. Military data centers work in reverse. They use specialized, highly classified hardware that can funnel every ounce of available processing power into a single request. Because 100% of the compute is dedicated to one customer, this setup generates 5 to 6 orders of magnitude more performance than the products available to the public. The Maven system uses that horsepower to ingest oceans of classified information from 179 different sources. It pulls live feeds from military satellites and even taps into hacked foreign traffic cameras. Claude synthesizes this massive sea of data to output exact tactical insights. According to researchers at Georgetown University, this allows a single artillery unit of 20 people to complete the strategic work of 2,000 military staff. By focusing the raw power of a data center on a single operation, military AI evolves into a specialized targeting engine. The true concern emerges when that processing power is aimed inward. The partnership between Anthropic and the U.S. government fractured over the prospect of turning this technology on American citizens. The Pentagon demanded that Anthropic allow Claude to be used for bulk data analysis in domestic applications. The government legally purchases vast amounts of information from private data brokers. They wanted the AI to analyze citizens' web browsing histories, geolocation tracking, and personal finances to build profiles. Anthropic's CEO, Dario Amodei, refused. He demanded strict language added to their contract that explicitly banned the system from conducting mass domestic surveillance or enabling fully autonomous lethal weapons. The government issued an ultimatum to comply by 5:01 p.m. on a Friday. When Amodei refused on ethical grounds, the government ordered all agencies to cut ties and took the move to label Anthropic a supply chain risk. Just hours after those talks collapsed, OpenAI stepped in to take the military contract. To secure the deal, OpenAI transitioned away from its nonprofit roots, removing the word safety from its core mission statement to partner with the military. The public and internal backlash was severe. Over 450 verified employees across Google and OpenAI signed an open letter protesting the decision, while millions of users canceled their subscriptions in the Quit GPT boycott. The ethical guardrails deciding how these systems monitor populations are no longer dictated by safety principles. They are defined by whichever technology corporation is willing to accept the government's terms and the massive funding that follows. It is entirely legal for the U.S. government to track citizens without a warrant, as long as they purchase that data from private brokers. This practice bypasses the constraints of the Fourth Amendment. Historically, the only thing protecting the public from total surveillance was friction. The sheer volume of data produced by smartphones and credit cards was too vast for human intelligence officers to sort through efficiently. Military-grade AI removes that friction. It provides the processing power required to organize the noise, giving government agencies the ability to monitor the movements and habits of entire populations in real time. This tracking infrastructure is simultaneously expanding into the consumer sector. Meta is actively preparing to reintroduce facial recognition technology, embedding it directly into wearable hardware. Specifically, this technology is being integrated into Meta's Ray-Ban smart glasses. It will allow a user to look at a complete stranger in public and instantly link their face to their social media profiles. Consumer wearables effectively crowdsource surveillance. Every pair of glasses becomes a node in a massive network, turning the physical world into a constantly updating, searchable database of identities. You can reduce your exposure by actively removing your information from data broker websites. Opting out cuts off the supply chain, ensuring your personal coordinates aren't bundled and sold to the highest bidder. Without new privacy laws, these systems will continue to merge. We are rapidly building a future where every public space and private habit is tracked, analyzed, and searchable by default.